What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me here today. You are watching TLP. This is TLP Sports Club, and you are watching TLP Live. I am your host, and I go by the name of Harry B. The B means billion. I do appreciate you joining me today. If you are joining me live, thank you for joining the conversation in the chat. If you are joining me after the post live, guys, I appreciate you joining the conversation in the comment section. I have some stuff to discuss today, guys. We have just an update on what's going on with the Browns training camp, what's going on with the Louis boys, some things around the league, what people are saying about a few of the Louis boys. Some of them we haven't heard from, but you know, there are video clips for others that we can share and we can talk about. We're going to talk about all of that, guys, today. It's Monday, man. It's Monday. You know how we do here. We're going to talk about all of that. But before we do, it's your man's Harry Billion. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to YouTube. All right, family, I got to go ahead and get into this video real quick. So that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. Let's go ahead and get right to work. And I want to go ahead and start the work off with what's going on with the Louis boys around the horn. Guys, Travis Hunter, the word in Jacksonville is the fan base is crazy excited for Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter, when he wears that white jersey, people are getting excited. It's now a thing. So I'm hearing it's now a thing that when you wear the white jersey, you're going to be on defense. When you wear that teal jersey, you're going to be on offense. And the fans are playing a little game with it. Travis Hunter is just that guy. He's actually going to be playing both sides of the ball, and they have a plan for Travis Hunter. We've talked about it several times here on this here show on TLP Live, how much they're going to use him, how much they're going to be able to use Travis Hunter. But Travis Hunter is having a lot of fun. Jacksonville drafted him. The coaching staff, whatever conversation they had, ain't no drama over there. They understood exactly who they were getting in Travis Hunter. They went out, they got their guy. And then off the bat, no drama. They said, listen, man, you want to play both sides of the ball. We're going to make sure that you get to do that in your career. And it's been a long time since we've had this, but you will get the opportunity to play both sides of the ball. You feel me? And Travis Hunter is having a lot of fun. Man, he's showing up and he's showing out. But he's not the only one. We also have Jimmy Horn over there with the Carolina Panthers. You feel me? You know I went to UNC Greensboro, so the Carolina Panthers is a team that I had to watch at least for 6 years while I was there. They weren't my team because I still had the Washington Redskins at the time. You feel me? If President Trump gets his way, they'll go back to being the Washington Redskins. But we don't want to disrespect the Native Americans who, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's a disrespect because where were they before all those years when we were celebrating the Washington Redskins? I don't know what that conversation is all about, but it is what it is. Jimmy Horn is doing this thing, man. I got a little clip on that. We're going to play in a second. Let me say hello to whoever's here first. Listen, man, we got to stop everything because Dallas is in the building. Todd Smith, what up with you? Hope all is well. Todd Smith 20. I see Villain. Okay. What up, IC Villain? Julian P. Hagee the third is in the building. Tony Grossi is an idiot. What's happening with Tony Grossi? Is it Grossi or Grossi? Is it Gross or is it Gross? Tony Grossi really just says Shedeur throwing before and after practice is doing him a disservice and doesn't get why he does it. Then gaslights Dillon had bad performances last week. Okay, I didn't hear what Tony Grossi had to say, but I guess you guys get information. You got eyes and ears everywhere, so I didn't hear what Tony had to say. But I mean, y'all already know about the soreness. Y'all understand that Shedeur, I dropped the video for those of you who did not get to participate in that video. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? You got things to do. But yeah, Shedeur, the 9th practice, I believe the 10th, and the last one is gonna be today, and it should be going on right now. Maybe y'all know, maybe y'all don't. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think we have the same time as Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So Shedeur missed that. That's probably what y'all are talking about, that he's throwing around, and it's an arm soreness. You know, it's like one of those things. If you're sore, you know, you feel that little pain that you feel in your joint, and you can take an ibuprofen or Tylenol, whatever y'all take, and sometimes it goes away, sometimes it doesn't. So I definitely understand that. You feel me? But if he was at practice today and he's throwing around, then I do understand that he wants to get out there. And but I do have Unk and I do have Ocho that came. They dropped their video about an hour ago. I do want to play them, and you know, they have discussions and they talk about a few things about some of the nuances of the game, which helps me to understand different things, and then I can come on here and I can sound intelligent. So let's go ahead and get them started. But remember, guys, before I go to that clip, remember, this is a call-in show. You can actually call into this show and be a part of the panel. You don't have to get stuck in the chat. If you can come on here and have a conversation with me, join tlplive@gmail.com. The email address is, again, to email me and join the panel is jointlplive@gmail.com. Make sure you write it down. If you're not able to come on today, you can come on at other times, so you don't have to keep asking for the email. All right. And if you are feeling generous, which I hope that you are, my Cash App is right there. $ TLP Sports Club. That's Tango Larry Peter Sports. We're talking about sports club, like you're in a club. You feel me? So yeah, that is the information that I have to share with you guys. Let's go ahead and get the clip started. Hold on, give me a second. I got a drink. Feeling a little woozy there. You feel me? It's starting to get cold, but it's not. I don't understand it. It's New York weather, okay? One day we're really hot. The next day we're going to be really cold. How is it in where you are? First of all, where are y'all coming from? Where y'all watching at? Let me know. Drop your location. Got to get that water in, man. All right, let's go. Make sure you send that email. I'm going to be checking the email. You know, I got to do both things. I got to do two things at once. Make sure that you send me that email. And if you want to go ahead and join the panel. But yeah, man, we got a couple of things we got to talk about. Actually, let me go ahead and start with the Jimmy Horn for this. Because the Jimmy Horn, y'all understand that Jimmy Horn, where he was drafted, he also would not be priority, but Jimmy Horn has been doing what he does, and we know that he's the speedster, and he's going to do what he does. But yeah, man, he's been showing off in practice during these times. Oh, let's go ahead and take this off the screen. I always forget to do that. You remember, you got to do that, Harry B, in order to share the other screen. All right, here we go. So, yeah, man, Jimmy Horner has been doing this thing. He's been blazing it up over there. He's not the only one, though, but he's really been doing this thing over there with the Panthers. And, yeah, for sure, man. These are all practices. So we're going to be seeing Jimmy Horn. We're going to be seeing him. They're going to be our first game, okay? That means the Cleveland Browns are going to be playing them on Friday. So Friday night at 7 p.m., I believe that 7 p.m. was Eastern time. But yeah, man, Jimmy Horn is out there and he's really doing his thing. And what did it say? Let's go ahead and read what they're saying about Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horn Jr. has been an absolute tear at Panthers training camp. Horn reportedly all Panthers wide receiver. Horn reportedly something all Panthers wide receiver in receiving touchdown. I would say lead, right? Horn reportedly leads all Panthers wide receivers in receiving touchdowns at 2 touchdowns at their recent Fan Fest scrimmage. So the footage that you're seeing that I just showed you right there, you invite the fans in the stadium and you play that. It's like the black and gold game. You know what happens. So, okay. One source close to the situation reportedly believes it's clear that Horn is the most dangerous route runner on the team. Panthers DBs have reportedly been struggling. I don't know if they're sizing this up or not. All right. Like we used to say in Maryland, yo, you sizing this, son. You sizing this right here. To keep up with, all right, they've been struggling to keep up with the quickness of Horn. Horn reportedly wants to play the same role Steve Smith Sr. played as a Panther. The Panthers' rookie wide receiver might be the steal of the entire NFL draft. Okay. Well, I got a little something to say about that. I think Shedeur is a steal, but again, I've been telling y'all that I feel like these Louis boys are a couple of them are going to be steals from that draft, because the reason why they don't go high, I understand, is the bureaucracy and that Deion tax. You got to pay that Deion Sanders tax. You got to understand that tax is very high. You feel me? So yeah, you got Travis Hunter, who was the highest, right, number 2 overall. But then you got the Louis boys, the other Louis boys that went, late, like Shedeur Sanders went mad late. Wide receivers don't usually go that high anyway, depending on their skill set. But we know that the Louis boys are going to show off, because you got LaJohntay Wester over there in Maryland, you know what I'm saying, with the Ravens. And we know he's going to show off. We definitely know he's going to show off. Jimmy Horn he's doing this thing already. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he's going to start, but if he starts, I'm sure they got plans for him. They got high hopes for him. And these boys are going to show off. I want to keep track. I want to know what's happening also with Xavier. Is it Weaver over there in the desert? Anybody has information on Xavier Weaver? Let me know. I definitely want to know what's happening over there with him, because he was the first Louis boy to step outside and do his third thizzle. You feel me? All right, what are y'all saying? Let me say who else is here. Veronica Fox, what up with you? Natives love the Washington Redskins and weren't too happy when they changed the name. Is that what it is? That the Native Americans love the name the Washington Redskins, and it ain't. That's what I was saying. Like, because we in the DMV, it was the Washington Redskins. I don't know where we got. I guess after the Me Too movement, everybody got kind of sensitive. You feel me? But it was like a celebration of the Native Americans. But okay, if they loved it and it wasn't a derogatory term, if it wasn't something that was upsetting the community, then I fully support the fact that President Trump wants to. Did I just say I'm just going to support President Trump? Lord, yes, I do. Okay, Lord, have mercy. All right, Sunfire Brown, what up with you? Good morning from San Francisco, California. Hey, all right, SR Rock, what up with you? No, okay, whatever that word is, I don't want to say it. Says 91 look this morning. It said 87. Huh? Will Shedeur be traded? No, Shedeur would not be traded. Shedeur definitely would not be traded. This is an opinion, but there is no sign of him being traded. Like, the hamstring is going to take some time with Pickett, but he is sort of like their presumptive starter, because Flacco was the year prior, right? And then they brought in a couple of quarterbacks from just the season that just passed. Remember the Eagles won it, right? Saquon Barkley's first Super Bowl ring. So we went from that to them. They brought Flacco back. They brought in Pickett first. So Pickett is the guy that they need to start. But with that hamstring, we don't know where he's at, right? So you got two guys that for a fact they don't finish seasons. You got Pickett and you got Flacco. So you need one of those rookies. And is Dillon Gabriel the rookie that you want to have out there? I don't think that Dillon Gabriel is the rookie you want to have out there. Let me stop sharing this screen real quick. That was Jimmy Horn. Let me just say hello to everybody, then I can continue. What's that? What is this? What's his name? All right, that was JC Sar Williams. Ray Williams, what up with you? If Cleveland doesn't play 12, I'm boycotting, and honestly, Let's put it on the screen. If Cleveland doesn't play 12, I'm boycotting, and honestly, I hope the league gets sued for collusion and slander. They're already getting sued for that. Mo, what up with you? Unspoken Sports Podcast is in the building. What up with you? Weaver is killing it at Arizona training camp. Good. Thank you so much for that information. I do appreciate it. Yeah, man, I gotta get my timeline going to see all of the Louis boys in one place. So Xavier Weaver is killing it. That means he's gonna be getting some playing time. And man, this is an exciting time to get back to the NFL. And I just had to let y'all know out there. I don't know the Browns team, and I'm just coming back to the NFL, right? From Colin Kaepernick. I hadn't watched the NFL. I only kept up with the scores and like a casual. I went back to being like a casual fan. So y'all forgive me if I'm not up to speed with the new guys who's here. I'm still referencing people like Art Monk and Darryl Green. So forgive me if I don't know the names of the Browns players. I know I was like, who is number 95 on the Browns? All right, that's Myles Garrett. I know now. I gotta get my homework done. But yeah, I haven't watched the NFL like in honest, like really sitting down the way I used to consume that product since Colin Kaepernick. Just slowly. Now we're back though. We're back because we got the Louis boys in the NFL, and we're back. We're fully back. All right. And now I gotta do NFL content and whatnot. So we're fully back. I'm fully back into the NFL. I'm gonna try to do the best that I can to keep track of what's happening and bring some good content. The only sad part is that the NFL doesn't let you use their footage. We're getting all of these practice footage, which is good, but that's about it. After all of these practice footage are good, I have no idea how content creators that create content for the NFL, I don't know how they do it because the NFL is very strict. You use any kind of sound, any kind of image, and they'll clip you. Charlotte is in the building from Antonio McKinney. What up? Coach McKinney, what up with you? Charlotte's in the building. Jay Sanders, what up with you? White women started complaining and protesting, and they removed the name. Was that part of the I can't stop laughing to ask you the question. Was that part of the Me Too movement? Was that a joke? I think that was a joke. Mark Robinson, what up with you? Coach need to go after Shedeur. All right. Plenty signs Shedeur will get traded. No first team reps. They play with quarterback tracker. They're playing with quarterback tracker. All right, so let's give you the current tracker. Let's talk about that real quick before we move on. I think Shedeur not getting first team reps, even though it's something that we've beat up so much. You know what I'm saying? Shedeur not getting first team reps is the team's decision. That's what they're deciding to do, and it is what it is. I don't think Shedeur minds. He don't really care at this point, and yeah. So it is what it is, bro. I mean, they're showing their hand, so that we're gonna have to deal with that, just like it is. But we all know that he didn't take no snaps on Saturday with the second or third team because of that sore joint or whatever he was feeling in his arm. But here is the current tracker. This is for those of you guys who are not, you don't frequent the channel, because all of this information during the week, during the hours when the NFL, the Browns, whoever drops this information, I'm actually posting this stuff constantly. Sometimes I even break news on the post, right? When I cannot get to the studio and do a video anymore, I just post. I post a lot. I'm constantly posting. So make sure that you check out the post, all right? So here it goes. After 9 practice sessions, Joe Flacco, he's 54 of 92. That's 58.7%. 3 touchdowns, 0 interception. Now, pending whatever's going on with Kenneth Pickett's hamstring situation, you would presume that Joe Flacco will be the presumptive starter, right? You would presume that he would be the presumptive starter. Is that a double negative or double entendre? Is that a boink, boink, boink? I don't know what that is, but You would presume that he will be the starter. You don't want to say presumptive again because you said presume. I think that's what my education said, but all you teachers out there, let me know, okay? Do you say presumptive and then say presume again? I don't know. You feel me? But I feel like Joe Flacco will be your starter when it comes to Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern when we play the Carolina Panthers, okay? That's when we get to see Jimmy Horn. If Jimmy Horn tears it up, I'll be happy. But hopefully not against, not like, hopefully if Shedeur, gets in there, I want him to be the one that gets the, gets the shine. But we don't know. If his arm is hurting and they don't put him out there, I understand. Kenny Pickett, 23 out of 34. That's 67.6% completion, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dillon Gabriel, all right, 62 out of 113 snaps. So Dillon Gabriel he has taken the most snaps, and I can tell you why that probably is because Kenny Pickett went down, and Joe Flacco they're going to preserve. They don't want Joe Flacco to do too much. You feel me? So the numbers is not like, oh, Dillon Gabriel he's the presumptive starter because he's taking more reps. No, they're trying to save Joe Flacco. They're load managing Joe Flacco because you got to keep in mind he's pretty much my age. All right, maybe I'm a little bit older than him, but he's 50. Like if you cross the street the wrong way, you can pull a hamstring. That type of age. You feel me? So that number is not indicative of who starts or whatnot, but they want to get Dillon Gabriel up to speed, right? Because he's the third round pick. They obviously prefer him over Shedeur Sanders. So that's what's going on. It's obvious. There's no more secret about this. They prefer him over Shedeur Sanders, but it's okay. We don't care about that because the fans are going to decide. You cannot lie to our eyes, okay? This is not a cop beating a black man and everybody, trying to decide, oh, did he have a weapon? This was something. This ain't that. This is football. We know the better player, okay? So you ain't gonna lie to us. Preseason, you gotta play him. If you don't play him, then we'll understand that you want to trade him. Because preseason, this is where you gotta understand. In practice is where you want to try to find out who you got, and you're not doing that. So preseason comes and you don't start him, we'll understand. We got it. Dillon Gabriel is, like I said, is 62 of 113, 54.9% completion, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Shedeur Sanders, 49 of 70, and then his percentage is 70% completion, 6 touchdowns. Again, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I mean, I know that people are saying, "Hey, man, this is practice. Why are you guys taking so much?" I don't know how. I found it to be interesting. I found it to be interesting because this is the only thing we got to go off of. This is it. There's nothing else we got. The practice information is all we got. But people are downplaying it like it's nothing. But again, like if Shedeur was not doing as good as he was doing, then it would be the biggest talking point. It'll be the biggest narrative. Because then people will come out and they will start saying a lot of negative things like he was never going to make it and . He's putting up the numbers. They're still saying those things. And then they're downplaying the numbers as well. So it's like, what do you want a guy to do? What exactly do you expect him to do? When you have 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 70% completion, right? And then you're not taking as much snaps. The only reason why he has the 3rd most snaps is because Kenny Pickett went down. That's it. But also keep in mind that they're trying to load manage. You know who your starters are, or at least we should have known who our starters are, because last week was the time where they were supposed to let us know the pecking orders. That's what Stefanski said, or at least the people that he has out there talking. That's what they said. We were going to find out last week. We haven't found out yet. They haven't told us, so I don't know what's happening over there. All right. The transporter, what up with you? They need him over the Giants because Jackson Dart. They need him over at the Giants. Okay. They need him over at the Giants because Jackson Dart stinking the place up. Oh man, leave my Giants alone, man. We'll figure it out. Tracy Alberton, what up with you? We only care about 12. I understand. This is 12 land. I get it. Did y'all see that short that I put up? I was trying to use sound effects. Nobody picked it up. Whoever picked it, I was waiting for somebody to say in the chat in the comments. Oh man. I'm trying my best here. Ron Tate, what up with you? The Browns would not trade Shedeur. Okay, here we go. The Browns would not trade Shedeur because the evaluation shows his potential greatness. They are intentionally dragging him through the gauntlet, and he is shining through it all. Again, we had that narrative. We put it all out there. If they are doing this thing intentionally, then I'm with it. Right? I'm totally with it if they are doing it intentionally. Some would not understand why I'm with it. Right? The reason why I'm with it is because it's really going to bring the best out of Shedeur. Like people who already have the mindset, people who are already like resolute within their heart, within themselves. There's still levels that they can play at. I mean, you see that in championship games all the time. The great people, something happens, and you pull Superman's cape, and somehow Superman is able to overcome, the greatest adversity he's ever faced. You put them through certain things, and they'll perform at an even greater level. So if this is intentional, I'm with it. If it's really not intentional, then I'm like, y'all are fumbling the bag again. Lee, what up with you? Not to mention Shedeur did not throw at all on Friday. Quinlito's Way, what up with you? NFL practice is used for evaluation. That's what I was thinking, Ron Tate. Because you use the practices for evaluation, but people are downplaying the numbers. And I'm like, man, we ain't got nothing else. I don't know how you do this without the practice numbers. Because if he was throwing ducks and he was like looking really bad, then yes, we would have a different thing to say. But the fact that he's actually doing well, it's like they're running out of stuff to say. They're running out of things to say. All of the narratives about 32, 31 teams didn't want him and extra, all of that is done now. Now we're seeing him actually playing, and when you run out of stuff to say, you start saying stuff like, "Oh, he's going to get cut. He's a bench warmer. He's going to be holding that clipboard. He's going to be on the practice squad." Like you try to get under the skin of those people who support him by just saying the most. Yeah, you need something to say, just like we got something to say. Y'all need something to say also. So I do get it. I mean, this is what it's all about, though. It's sports. As long as we can keep it civil, you are supposed to say what you say to give me something to say. And that's how we coexist. Without you, there's no me. And without me, there's no you. I need a glaze so that you can say I'm a glazer. You need a hate so I can say that you a hater. It's a beautiful world. Is that a song? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. No, that's Mr. Rogers, I think. All right, Seeking God Films. It works for 12 because it will show that it was earned, not given because of his name. Yeah, that's another thing, man. Y'all got to really understand. Like, I like that narrative if it's intentional, right? If they're intentionally trying to sabotage him, then that's a whole nother story. But you got to understand, like, 12 has been under his dad for forever, right? 12 has been playing under his dad. And some people say there hasn't, even though there is quarterback competition, there hasn't been quarterback competition because his dad presumes he's going to start every time. And then again, when I think about it, yeah, you have Ryan Staub. I don't know who was at Jackson State, who was his backup at Jackson State, but you had Ryan Staub when he went down. This was Ryan. If Ryan Staub was really like that, right, he would step in the game and he would light it up, and he would have won that game. And you'd be like, dang. Then the fans would have had to say, hey, Prom, we love Shedeur, we love Dor, But that boy Ryan Staub, right? You know what? If you are that man, if you are Steve Young, then show it. Steve Young came in the game, never left the game. All right? Never left the game, but that's how it goes. Even though you have your starter, you cannot assume that there is no competition. There's always competition. The second you go down and that next person steps up, you got to light it up. Max Duggan with TCU. He gets in the game, never came back out. They go all the way to the championship game, and Georgia just let them know what time it was. It was high school versus college. You feel me? Let me bring my man Todd Smith. Todd Smith is in the building. Dallas, what up with you, man? How you doing today, brother? Thank you for calling in.
Yo, what up with it, Harry, man? Thank you for having me on your show this morning, brother.
All is well. All is well. The Louis boys are tearing it up in practice. People don't want to count these practices. Todd Smith, what else do we have? Besides the practices, what else we got to evaluate these players? Isn't that what everybody else is doing?
I mean, that's how it's supposed to be done. I mean, that's what was said to us, that there's going to be a fair competition QB battle moving forward before camp even started. But apparently, it's not looking that way. It's not a fair competition. I feel like Dillon Gabriel is their bread and butter, and they're hoping that Pickett or Flacco can hold up to possibly get them through the season, and they got Dillon Gabriel as their backup quarterback. So, I mean, if it was a fair competition, then I feel like Shedeur would get a chance with the first team reps, but he gets second team reps against first team defense, which that's still good too. But they just don't have. I feel like they don't have they don't see him in their future. So I didn't kind of gave up on what it is. I just really want him out of there.
Let's listen to some of these comments from this show right here. What is these guys called? Will Fong fan. Let's go. Let's listen to these guys. Let's see what they're saying.
I mean, he's rolling hamstrings.
Daryl, your thoughts on Dillon Gabriel?
He's not good. He's not an NFL quarterback. Not right now.
Dang. Tell me how you feel without telling me how you feel. My goodness. I mean, this is the sentiment around the league. This is the people that talk about the game, the people that go to these practices that are out there. I mean, even though this is Shedeur land, it ain't us saying this stuff. It's just not us. I mean,
Daryl, your thoughts on Dillon Gabriel?
He's not good. He's not an NFL quarterback. Not right now.
Jeez.
And the fact they keep running him out there for first team reps, and part of it I get because Kenny Pickett's banged up with a hamstring injury, so there's not a lot he can do. But this goes back. They have been putting him out there first with the 11-on-11 going back to the offseason program. They're cramming this guy down our throats, and it's not good. It's not a height thing. It's not personal. I mean, he's rolling out, and he can't hit guys that are wide open. He is not all that great at times during the warm-up periods. He's pretty good during 7-on-7 when there's no offensive and defensive lines, but he's just not a good quarterback. And he's a third-round pick. And I talked extensively yesterday, as you mentioned, on my show with Nick Padone. The problem that I have right now is that the Browns are forcing me to look at a third-round pick who has no business being in contention to start a football game this year. They're forcing me to evaluate him like he is a first-round pick and like he is a starting quarterback in the NFL. And that's not fair to Dillon. You're putting that kid in a really, really bad spot. Dillon Gabriel should be a developmental player just like you have, as an organization, made the decision to have Shedeur Sanders be a developmental player. But giving him first team reps on a consistent basis is ridiculous. He is not a starting quarterback. Not yet. Maybe someday he'll develop into Colt McCoy and be one of those guys that can bounce around the league and be a backup or whatever. But I mean, it's just god awful when he's on the field. It's not good. And
Yo, look at the guy on the right-hand side of your screen. Like, I know he's on the radio, but he got the TV, the camera is on for YouTube or wherever they share the video, and he can't hold it in. This guy is losing it.
At times, I feel like he brings the practice to a screeching halt when he's doing the 11-on-11 because the ball doesn't move.
Daryl.
All right, what are your thoughts, Tim? Let me get your thoughts first.
This right here is, I appreciate that caller, man. For the simple fact, he's being brutally honest. Dillon Gabriel is a undrafted free agent player. He's not no third-round pick. And when the Browns picked him, everybody was like, whoa. Like, just because he played at Oregon, just because he played at Oklahoma, UFC, doesn't make him a third-round pick. And the guy on the right, he probably been, I looked at a few clips of their shows before. It seemed like he been wanting to say it from the longest, but he has higher ups. You know when you on the radio, you really got to be kind of specific of your talking points. You can't talk freely like we're talking now.
Right. So, it's that Trump effect. You got to be very careful because the organization is also probably in the pockets of the Browns. You know what I'm saying? So, and they need that goodwill. They need that goodwill and that good faith thing to keep going. So you can't be like the dude that's on the phone. When you're running these type of shows, you cannot be like the guy on the phone. Because the second he said he's not good, homeboy dropped his head. He said, "Oh no." He said, "I can't believe he just said that." So a few questions, man. We're Glazers. We're a whole lot of things. But we've been consistent about this. We know what we see and we know what we know about Shedeur. So it just doesn't seem like the Cleveland Browns are interested in like a good quarterback. So are we locked in for next year? Why can't somebody just tell us we're locked in for next year? Then we will just understand. We'll move on. We'll understand it. If you're locked in for next year, we'll understand it. But you haven't had a good quarterback for a very long time. You used like 5 quarterbacks last year. You had to bring back your guy that took you to the playoffs in Joe Flacco the year prior. And then you went and you traded for somebody and you got Kenny Pickett. He's now on a hamstring injury. So it's like, what is the plan? Let's bring on Ron Tate. Let me get his thoughts on here. Ron Tate, welcome to the show, brother. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you, man. How you doing today?
Hey, Harry, I'm doing great. I'm at work. I'm trying to sneak in here real quick. Hey, listen, my thoughts are, the Browns have put themselves on the fence, per se. They've seen the talent in Shedeur. However, they wanted to go along with the crowd and do what was asked. However, they had to, they had the opportunity to draft him to keep Dallas from getting him. So they drafted him. And now they put themselves behind the 8 ball because now they see the freaking talent that everyone has seen over the past 2 years, over the past 4 years of Shedeur on the college level. And it's not a fluke. It's real. I mean, he's so freaking consistent, even throwing the football during training camp, he's at 70%, which is like his norm is throughout his career.
But Ron, let me ask you a question. If they are just figuring this out, then what does that say about their recruiting department?
No,
Because
Harry.
this is something that we all know, and we all, even though people would call us Glazers and we're Shedeur fans, we just know what it is. So how is it that they don't know or they're just finding out? And if that's the case, then what do you say about their recruiting department? Are they good recruiters or are they just terrible at their jobs?
I believe they know what they have in their camp. They do. They know. No matter what, it's like a racist cutting someone's finger off and saying when they get caught in court, I'm truly sorry. Please forgive me. Well, you did what you did because that's what you wanted to do. And now they have Shedeur, and the reason I make that analogy is they have Shedeur, but yet they want to carry the narrative that, oh my gosh, he's not that good. He's a fifth rounder. He's not a fifth rounder. All the evaluators said that he was a first rounder, possibly the first quarterback off the board. But now they try to carry this narrative after the incident. They try to carry this narrative that he's really not good, trying to get us to believe that he's really a fifth round draft pick. When prior to the draft, they had him as the top three, within the top three in the country coming off the board as a quarterback.
So let me ask you a question. Did you hear what this guy said on this show?
Yes. Yeah.
He says, why are you, let me ask you a question. He says, why are you forcing me to evaluate this talent when you know for a fact and he's showing you that he's not ready? What are your thoughts on that, man?
Gabriel is what he is. The additional pressure that they're putting on him to try to force him to beat out Shedeur, he's at his max. Maybe his experience in 2 and 3 and 4 more years when he's 28, 29, or 30, that he'll be able to exceed the level to where he is now. But in 3 years, where would Shedeur be? So, the reason why I said in my post, Harry, that that they would not trade Shedeur because the evaluators, they know the talent that he is. But the haters and those throughout the NFL organizations that want to downplay, now they're at the point where they cannot control Shedeur. They can control his draft status. They can control the reps that they give him. They can control what they allow him to do and what they don't allow him to do against the various competition levels inside the Cleveland Browns, but they cannot control his ability. And as the season goes on, his ability continues to shine above all the narratives. So
Hey, Harry.
that's why I say they're on the fence. What are they going to do? They have to let him go and be who he is on the football team, or they're going to have individuals like Myles Garrett is showing you a little bit of his opinion. He hasn't come out and said it, but he's done it with action. Their Pro Bowl tight end or the all-star tight end that they have has shown you with their action where they're at. Now, the next is going to be the receiver, working out either before practice or after practice with Shedeur. They're letting you know how they feel and what they think. And that's the issue that Cleveland Brown is. That's what they're going to have to deal with eventually. Not Shedeur speaking up or any of us from the outside. It's going to be the team that says, look, we see the talent just like you do. We want to win.
All right, go ahead, Ty Smith.
No, I just wanted to say also, kind of piggyback off of what Ron's saying. If you go back and look at Dillon Gabriel when he was at UFC, and they were in the Big 12, when they played good competition, he folded. When he went to Oklahoma, when they played good competition, he folded. when they played average competition, he would beat up on them. But when he went to Oregon, Oregon was loaded before he even came over there. But when he played big games, he folded. So he's an average quarterback going to the NFL where the talent on the opposite side of the field is good talent. Now, when you look at Shedeur's journey, he came to Texas and played TCU with a rebuilt team and walked out of there with a win. A team that actually went to the national championship the year prior.
So let me ask you a question before you finish that thought. Why do you think most analysts do not make that correlation, or they do not use that as a talking point?
I feel like it just depends whether you team Shedeur or you team Dillon. If you team Dillon,
you think that these reporters and these analysts, you think they're taking sides?
Oh my God!
Are they not supposed to be neutral?
Man, look at Chase that be on the show. I can't think of that show to be on ESPN if I'm not mistaken. Chase, he was a QB. He been all over the league too, but he all team Dillon because he got a podcast show and he's breaking down film on Shedeur 90% of the time. Like, he a Shedeur hater. Tony from Cleveland, Shedeur hater. Mary Kay, Shedeur hater. It's a couple of them out there, man. It's either Team Shedeur or Team Dillon, in my opinion.
But yeah, I mean, the point that you make, the fact that if you were an evaluator, a talent evaluator, you see how, like, if you're getting a quarterback and you see that when he was on a team that did not have everything loaded, the performance was not as great. But then when he goes to a team that has everything loaded, the performance is okay. So then you bring that talent in. You saying this is our guy. You choose him in the third round. You use that draft capital. But you see another guy who took a different route in Shedeur. And the route of he had so much resistance, but he was able to overcome the entire time. And then we're over here playing games with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the thing that we keep talking about. We're gonna have to let it go and just agree with it, to disagree with it, and just let the Browns self-implode, do whatever they're gonna do. But Valerie Brokenberry says, I think they are fast-tracking Dillon so they can rule him out, in or out, for a trade to Miami. Ronte, what is your thoughts on that?
No way. Miami would be – it would not be – let me put it this way. It would not be smart for Miami to trade for Dillon Gabriel. Seeing what they've seen. Practice.
Who's Miami's quarterback?
Tua Tagovailoa from Alabama.
Yeah, did the other guy
are they both Island boys? Is that why Valerie said that?
She could be.
Listen, well, maybe. But this is the thing. Dillon Gabriel is not an NFL quarterback, man. He excuse me. He is not an NFL quarterback. He has not shown the traits.
Hold that thought. You're saying it. Hold that thought. I'm gonna play this again. Let this caller say what you're saying, then you can finish your thought.
Your thoughts on Dillon Gabriel?
He's not good. He's not an NFL quarterback.
Yo, this guy. I mean, like, I have not heard this as bluntly put as this guy just straight up just said. This is crazy. This is not no regular fan. This is somebody who covers the game, by the way.
Hey,
Harry,
I don't mean to interrupt you. Isn't he from the Cleveland Browns, if I'm not mistaken? Like, ain't he a writer for the Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, the person speaking. Yeah, that's why they got
Yes.
him on.
Okay.
So, but look at this guy's face. I want you to keep an eye on the guy in pink, who the pink shirt, and his whole face is pink. He is losing his breakfast right now. He can't believe this guy's saying this.
He's not good. He's not an NFL quarterback.
Look at his face.
Not right now.
Jeez.
And the fact they keep running it.
Did y'all hear him whisper Jesus? It's like somebody who's like, damn, we should have vetted this guy before we put him on the mic. He said, Jesus. Hold on, man. This is funny.
Not good. He's not an NFL quarterback. Not right now.
Jeez.
And the fact they keep running him out there for first team reps, and part of it I get because Kenny Pickett's banged up with a hamstring injury, so there's not a lot he can do. But this goes back. They have been putting him out there first with the 11-on-11 going back to the offseason program.
Oh,
they're cramming this guy down our throats, and it's not.
Let's take it piece by piece. They're cramming this guy down our throats.
Hey, Harry.
Go ahead, Ron.
The guy in pink, I don't know if you heard it. He puts his head down and he goes, Jesus.
Right. That's the one I was responding to. He said,
He can't believe this guy is saying this.
Yeah.
The guy is, hey, listen, I've always liked Dillon Gabriel as an individual and as a college quarterback because he would do some things that are good. I had nothing bad to say about him because I never really focused on him. And I liked him. I thought he always had an uphill battle, and I was rooting for him. But in this situation, on the professional level, the Cleveland Browns and some of their media are trying to carry a narrative where they have no factual basis. There's nothing that tells you that Dillon Gabriel is an NFL quarterback. There's nothing that tells you that he should have the reps that he's having, except the narrative that people are saying, or the narrative does not match what we see. Point blank, it does not.
Yo, what's going to happen to these fans? Like, what is really? Like DC Carson is in the building. Dillon's manager is in the building. Dillon Gabriel is not trash. Let's not go down that road. Almost all the rookies are going through growing pains. DC, we don't know what you're watching, my brother.
Oh my! Harry, that is exactly what I'm talking about.
We don't know what you're watching, DC, because I mean the information that we got, the stuff that's coming out of just the practice, it's the same practices. So I don't know if you're watching the same thing we're watching, because we're not saying he was trash in college, but people would say Shedeur was trash if he's at 54.9% completion, bro. People would be saying Shedeur is trash.
Yeah, they would be calling him a project.
Yeah, they would be calling him trash. I know that he's not trash in college. I think you're evaluating his college performance and not his NFL practice performance. Because, I mean, 54.9% is not that great, bro. This is where the fans say that's trash. Bro, the dude is actually watching. The dude is, when you're doing like the drills where the guy is straight up open and all you got to do is just toss in the ball, Dillon is overthrowing those guys. His height is really hurting him. At times where he's not supposed to throw the ball, he throws the ball. Like, these numbers are not fake numbers, because these numbers have a lot of practices incorporated where there is no pressure. So if you have practices incorporated where there's no pressure and you're still putting up 54.9, what happens when you get those 6'5" guys, all of those number 95, those what's the names? What happens? does he get better or does he get worse, DC? I would like to know. I would like to know what DC is like. What do you think? Does he get better or does he get worse?
Hey Harry, let me Miles Garrett made a comment and he said that everyone was surprised to shocked to see Shedeur fall to the 5th round.
You said everybody was surprised? Oh yeah, he's at work, so we gotta be mindful of that. So okay, so he said everybody was shocked that he fell to the 5th round. And I mean, we're not surprised about that. If it was Shedeur, all hell would break loose. I mean, yeah, I mean that's the thing that I don't get. If
completion,
if Shedeur was the one at 54.9%, bruh, like think about it. What would people be saying with Shedeur being at 54.9%?
They'll say Cleveland made a right. Cleveland Browns finally got it right. While everybody was high on Shedeur coming out of college, and he's proven that he's a 5th round talent, and this is the reason why. He's 62 for 113 with 54.9% completion rate with 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
So what am I missing? That's what they were saying. So now they're saying it for the guy that has those numbers, which happens to be Dillon Gabriel, and then you're saying Dillon Gabriel is not trash. So then what is considered trash?
What's considered trash to me? 62
no, I'm just saying, like,
for 113.
Help DC out because he's not on the show right now. So help your guy out. What is, because the fans are saying Dillon Gabriel is trash because those numbers are trash. And DC's like, Dillon is not trash. So what is considered trash?
The numbers are considered trash. I'll put it to you like this. Baker Mayfield was a good quarterback coming out of college, but he just didn't fit in the Cleveland Browns organization. What the Cleveland Browns was trying to do, it wasn't a good fit for him. But now, since he went over to Tampa Bay, it seems like it's a better fit. He's shining more. But like, to me, a trash quarterback is
it's Dillon.
Yeah, man. It's Dillon, bro.
There's no other way to put it, bro.
But listen, Harry and Tim, listen, what I'm saying is that the individuals out there that are trying to carry a narrative. And then
you can put a name to it. You can roast your man's DC. But say his name.
Well, I'm trying not to. I like to get him.
I know what you're doing, but I'm giving you permission to go at DC. Tell him.
DC's out of his mind. He's once again he's trying to carry a narrative with no evidence to back it up. With no evidence, we don't have any games.
No, we got to go back to college for that, because I think people are stuck in college.
Well, he with that Oregon team, which was loaded. I want to stick with here and now. What I've seen now, since they pulled this trick in the draft, NFL draft, and now they're trying to talk us into saying that no, the police officers did not strike him 94 times. They're really trying to hold one another back as they were striking Rodney King. That video that you see is not really what you see. So when you're looking at the NFL, these NFL practices, and what the pundits are saying, pro and negative for Dillon Gabriel, the people who are pro Gabriel are saying, well, he does this. He's intellectually superior. He can process. He can do this. But then when you look at the film, he's not processing fast. And his talent level is, my gosh, it's not good for the. I'm trying to say it as best I can. It's not good for the pro level. He is not a pro quarterback.
Hey, Ron.
Even if his height was an issue, which
Hey,
it is not.
let's help.
Look at the guy that came in for the Cardinals.
Hey, his height is the issue. He's a mini me.
Let's help.
It, it,
Let's help DC out one more time. Let's help DC out one more time. Because if you're saying you're saying he's not great, but you're saying he's not trash. But I think 54.9% is trash. But this is not us saying this. Listen to this guy, DC. Maybe you missed this part.
Daryl, your thoughts on Dillon Gabriel?
He's not good.
Yo, listen to the guy in pink. His whole shirt is pink and his whole body is pink.
his body language just changed.
Everything changed. Look at his face. Okay, this is the type of face you make when you should have vetted the guy before you put him on the microphone because you got stuff to protect. And listen to him very carefully, DC.
Daryl, your thoughts on Dillon Gabriel?
He's not good. He's not an NFL quarterback, not right now.
Jeez.
And the
You hear?
Hey, listen. Come on, man. He's a good athlete, but he's just not an NFL quarterback. I mean,
Hey, Ron.
Hey,
Ron.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron. Okay. What you do, players, and that's another thing that fans need. Some that's just learning this game need to understand. Just because you were good or considered great in college doesn't mean that's going to translate to the next level, which is the NFL.
True.
Now,
That's
Tua was a good quarterback in college at Alabama, and brought them back in a championship game, correct? If I'm not mistaken, against Georgia.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
Since he got to the NFL, he's been. I consider him a serviceable quarterback. But in college, once he got drafted, I was like, man, this kid gonna win a Super Bowl. I thought he was that good, and he really is. He's a lot better than Dillon Gabriel. But what I'm saying is, every player don't translate to the next level, and clearly it shows it's not working for Dillon Gabriel. And if he's gonna be your guy, if you got an old man Joe, and you got an unhealthy Kenny Pickett, and Dillon Gabriel is your third man in line, and what he's showcasing in camp, you willing to put that product out there? If the other two go down, that young man will get killed, man.
Hey, hold on. Let me get this in. ICW says yes, Shedeur is practicing, and he has a press conference set up today. So a salute to ICW Villain for giving us that update. Let me highlight Mark Smith. Mark Smith said, TLP Sports Club, please stop miscategorizing what DC is saying. Saying someone's play is trash is one thing. Calling the person trash is bad form and is not a good look for you.
Hey, Mark,
well, yeah, he's trash. That's what his play is trash. So he's trash. Like, that's what that means. It's not like he's trash. He's trash as a human being. Like, he don't go out and go help out in his community. We're talking sports talk here. We're not going to tell you, this is what I'm telling you, that his character is trash. No. 54.9% is trash. That's what we're saying, Mark. We're not calling his character trash. I'm sure he sings gospel music and he goes out there and he saves souls. I mean, that's different. We're not talking about that stuff right now. We're talking about his play versus Shedeur's play. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, I just want to say, if I'm not trying to promote another platform while I'm on here, Harry, but
it's okay. We do that all the time.
Jerry Jeudy and Myles Garrett were making comments about Shedeur or all the quarterbacks on QB1 Central. If anyone can get over to QB1 Central and check out. I just happened to stumble across it, and they didn't sound too negative about any of the quarterbacks, but Myles Garrett made a point to talk about, Shedeur's mindset and his work ethic since he's been there in camp. And like I said, he showed not only the coaches, but I'm going to take, as being the best player on this team, I'm going to take 5 or 10 minutes out of my free time and help this rookie quarterback and this center work out their kinks. I'm the best player on the team, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's saying a lot without saying anything. And I didn't hear the entire podcast or the 15-minute interview on QB1 Central, but it says a lot when your two best players, Jerry Jeudy and Myles Garrett, are making comments that include your fifth round draft pick, not your third, not focusing on that. And then you bring up your homegrown media guys and what they're saying.
The media is saying this is not us. Hey, Ron, let me finish playing this because there's some new people here. Let me finish playing this clip. We're gonna play it all the way through. Let's just hear this clip because this is not something like you're hearing us saying, oh, this and that. Let's just play this clip through. I'm gonna have to start it from the beginning because I think it's a meme. It's a meme. And I love it. I can't stop laughing, but I gotta play it. Let's just play it all the way through.
Daryl, your thoughts on Dillon Gabriel?
He's not good. He's not an NFL quarterback, not right now. Jeez. And the fact they keep running him out there for first team reps, and part of it I get because Kenny Pickett's banged up with a hamstring injury, so there's not a lot he can do. But this goes back. They have been putting him out there first with the 11-on-11 going back to the offseason program. They're cramming this guy down our throats, and it's not good. It's not a height thing. It's not personal. I mean, he's rolling out and he can't hit guys that are wide open. He is not all that great at times during the warm-up periods. He's pretty good during 7-on-7 when there's no offensive and defensive lines, but he's just not a good quarterback. And he's a third-round pick. And I talked extensively yesterday, as you mentioned on my show with Nick Padone. The problem that I have right now is that the Browns are forcing me to look at a third-round pick who has no business being in contention to start a football game this year. They're forcing me to evaluate him like he is a first-round pick and like he is a starting quarterback in the NFL. And that's not fair to Dillon. You're putting that kid in a really, really bad spot. Dillon Gabriel should be a developmental player, just like you have, as an organization, made the decision to have Shedeur Sanders be a developmental player. But giving him first-team reps on a consistent basis is ridiculous. He is not a starting quarterback. Not yet. Maybe someday he'll develop into Colt McCoy and be one of those, guys that can bounce around the league and be a backup or whatever. But, I mean, it's just god-awful when he's on the field. It's not good. And, at times I feel like he brings the practice to a screeching halt when he's doing the 11-on-11. Because the ball doesn't move.
Daryl?
So, all right. So, we're not the ones saying this stuff. This is the Cleveland Browns, the people that cover these players. You hear it from us and you feel like, oh, because you guys are Shedeur fans. But I'll play these clips so you can understand what is the feeling out there. What's the temperature? How are other people seeing this? Am I missing something? Did I say something? Am I too deep into the fandom that maybe I'm looking at it from a weird place that I'm missing it, but I'm not missing it. It's clear. Everybody is saying it, and they've been saying it from the first OTAs and the first mini camp. They've been saying that. So I don't know why I said that. Oh, Dillon is not trash. The number says he's trash. He literally came out and asked him, what are your thoughts on Dillon Gabriel? He's no good. So what is he's no good mean he's trash? Is that doesn't equate to trash? What am I missing? I ain't missing nothing. I'm not missing a daggone thing. The dude is not good. Like, bruh. Like, come on now. What we talking about? Y'all remember when they when we kept talking about the offensive Colorado's offensive line being small, and they put out those photos. You know, I got this photo off of the Cleveland Browns headquarters. I don't know if that was them or it's just somebody. Is this like a parody account? I got this photo off of that. I guess I don't know. It says Cleveland Browns headquarters. Yo, but they're doing this dude way dirty. Anyways, let me get thoughts on the fact that are they doing Dillon Gabriel a disservice? Todd Smith, you go first.
Yeah, man, they doing him a disservice. I mean, it's showing. That's why I said you got Old Man Joe, you got Kenny Pickett, who been bounced around the league. He's a backup quarterback. He hasn't panned out since he's been drafted.
Okay, hold on. Shedeur speaking now. Can somebody send me a link? Yo, let's get somebody find a link. Go ahead. Say what you're saying. Go ahead. I need to find the link.
Oh, you good? You have now you got Dillon Gabriel. If the other two goes down, Dillon Gabriel is next in line to come up. You then pointed out the number's not gonna lie, and then you pointed out in two of your short clips where that linebacker came up the middle. He would have been blown up from holding the ball too long. And then you got people like Myles Garrett. You got Watts over in Pittsburgh. They will see Pittsburgh this year. And then you got edge rushers like Michael Parsons. If he end up getting traded over to that division, if Jerry Jones allowed him to walk out the building, this kid he won't make it 3 games before he be injured. So yeah, they doing him a disservice.
Anybody got a link for me, please?
I'm trying to find one, Harry, but I can't locate one yet. I haven't even found the interview yet.
RWC Villain said he's speaking now to the media. Can you send me that link, please? RWC, if you got the link, I would love to show that, to link it. No, man, because we got to come to a conclusion. I mean, Friday at 7 p.m., we're going to be having a preseason game. I don't know how we still don't know who our starter is yet. They can really put an end to all of this by just telling us who the pecking order is, like what the pecking order is. Why is it taking them so long to give us the pecking order? It should not be taking us this long. Unless you're just waiting for Pickett to get well or to get better. But at this point in the game, the season is about to start because there's only 3 preseason games. After these preseason games, we're smack in the middle of the season. So I don't know what's going on. Any links yet? Anybody got links on this press conference? Oh, okay, I think I got it. All right, here we go. Does anybody have it? Shedeur Sanders on QB mechanics rookie. That's not it, right?
I think it's a press conference.
Weird to me watching you through your evolution as a college player is your calmness with your feet and your hips in the pocket. And when you have guys this close, like I am to you, and you're going to get run over and stuff, your ability to keep your eyes downfield, to keep it down, and to stay calm with your feet and hips and execute that throw, not just to the camera, but executing those throws downfield. The accuracy and kind of calmness that you're able to have in that intermediate to downfield is super impressive. What do you attribute that type of success to?
I just like pressure. I like situations like that. That stuff doesn't really faze me. That's normal to me, you know. So life, of course, is gonna bring you different problems, and you're gonna be faced with different things. So there's always gonna be pressure on you.
Anybody got the real
I just
clip,
get comfortable in those situations.
When you see blitz coverage, I ask all young quarterbacks and old quarterbacks this: what's your favorite thing when you see blitz?
I get the ball in my hands. Yeah, that's kind of, you just gotta know everything that y'all good at as a team and that y'all not good at. So all
right, so I know that's an old clip, guys. I'm sorry.
Main thing throughout,
but I don't know if there's a if they're supposed to be practicing, then how do we have him doing the press conference? And why are they letting him talk to the media, though? This is another question I got. Why are they letting him talk to the media, like, by himself?
That's a good question, Harry. He's out there talking to the media like you know, he's QB1 at times.
Right.
And I've heard more comments from him than Dillon Gabriel.
Exactly. Why if you really like, you see, these are the mixed messages that gets me all amped up, because I'm like, okay, you don't put your 5th rounder in front of the media, right? You don't put that 5th rounder in front of the media to be having his own press conferences. So why are they rolling him out with the media and giving him press conferences, and yet you're not giving him the first team reps? None of this is making sense to me. Because I'm like, look, this is not how this works. Your 5th rounder would never see the media. What are they trying to do?
That's true. That's true.
So I don't.
Hey, can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. If Cleveland Browns know that they messed this up with drafting Shedeur in the 5th round, when he was high on everybody's mock draft. So do you think that they doing all this stuff to see how he handles this, how he handles media, how he handles not the pressure of not getting first team reps, which we know it sucks, and we know we have our own theories about it, but he gets into preseason games and dominate. Now, do you think that the front office will be like, they're evaluating, should we play him more, or should we still stay on course of trying to get another quarterback in 2026 draft?
Well,
I think, go ahead, Harry. You're the man in charge.
So okay. So keep in mind, that's a narrative that we got going here. And Peter, Investor M, what up with you? Hope all is well, man. So that's a narrative that we got going here. So, and that's why I keep saying, if it's intentional, I'm with it. I'm totally with it, because the way that I'm thinking about this whole thing, y'all remember the 2023 season where they started off 0-3. That's where I'm at with it. I know that's supposed to be an 8-4 season. When these guys are under duress, when they're stressed, when they feel like the world is against them, they play better. They do better. So if they are aware of that and they're trying to make sure that they know what they got already, and they're trying to make sure that he stays on task, and not get too uppity and whatnot. It's a narrative that I'm fine with. That's just me. But go ahead, Ron. Let me see what you say.
Hey, well, I think there's a two-edged sword. There's one that leans to the comment that you just made, Harry, and the other is that they're trying to paint a narrative of Shedeur while they're trying to build and push Gabriel forward, because someone's going to have to pay for this next year. Someone in that staff is going to be paying. If Shedeur turns out to be their franchise quarterback and Gabriel has to be moved, there's going to be a change on that staff somewhere or in that general manager's position. So
bro, I think that's going to come half season. You giving them too much grace.
No matter what they're saying and what they're doing, it is not shaking the fact that Shedeur is showing his ability and his talent on that level. You can make up as many excuses as you want for quarterback Gabriel, but it doesn't take away from the fact that Shedeur has outperformed all of the quarterbacks with the reps that he has had. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Tim. So it's a going narrative, but you got thoughts on that, Tim? So according to my assistant, there is no press conference going on with Shedeur right now.
No, the only thing I found is that he's going to practice on Monday, and he'll be available later after practice, maybe.
Yeah, so we're talking about today, so that means that depending on what time the practice started, this should be in the middle of practice right now. Yeah, this should be practicing right now.
Right.
But again, they're sending missed messages. That's what they're doing. Because Shedeur, unless you're ready to say, okay, I'm QB1, or Stefanski's going to come out and say this is our QB1, which is going to break the internet. I do not know that they are that smart. Like, if they come out and anoint Shedeur the QB1 starting position and Flacco is his backup, this is going to break the internet. It's going to stop the world. Everybody and everybody's going to be talking about this. But are the Cleveland Browns smart enough to do something like that? Hold on, somebody sent the link. Go to YouTube, type in Cleveland Browns. Yo, why don't y'all just drop the link? Can somebody just drop that link? Shedeur interview.
Hey, Harry.
Yeah.
I don't like Shedeur as the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns right now. I stated that a while back. I like to see him be developed. I don't like to see him put out there to take on that type of pressure year one. I just like for him to be able to get a fair chance, be able to have reps with the ones, to be able to create that timing with the starters. So when he does get a chance, the opportunity to go out there and feel comfortable with it, he can shine. But
I think that's you and DC. You and DC feel the same way, but and a couple of people feel that way because they're saying that.
I agree with him. I agree with him on that. I
Yeah.
do. I think it's a disservice when you throw these quarterbacks out there too soon.
All right, guys, we got this clip. It's like an 8-minute clip. Let's go ahead and run this and see what he says. This was streamed about 8 minutes ago, 17 minutes ago. But why is Shedeur having a press conference? What is this about? This is a fifth round, fourth string quarterback. Why are we having a press conference for him?
What's going on? How everybody doing?
I'm fine.
I'm well. I'm back at practice today, so I'm thankful.
So you've had
He's in good spirits, you can tell.
before like that where you've had to take a day off.
He's doing that rapper hand thing when they're in movies. You know what I'm saying? When they put a rapper in a movie, they come out, the first thing to do is lick their lips, fold their hands.
Yeah.
Hey, Harry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, he said I'm back at practice. I'm thankful. I don't want to think too far into it,
Uh-huh.
but that almost sound like
nothing happened?
well, it sounds like
he wasn't hurt.
He wasn't hurt. He may wanted to practice. It's once he told y'all, hey, I got a little soreness in my arm, y'all put him out of commission. Not necessarily he put himself out, but
Tim, don't start nothing. Don't stop, Tim.
No, listen.
Don't start nothing up in here, Tim.
What happened Saturday in the beginning of the drills, according to Mary Kay Kabat, that when he began warming up, he informed them that he had some soreness in his arm, and they made a decision to take him out of everything, to rest him the entire day.
Somebody said this is an AI video. This ain't AI.
No, it's not.
Hold up. Well, let me see. It says 2025 Cleveland Browns press conference. Cleveland Browns. This is a YouTube channel on Cleveland Brown. Why would Cleveland Brown put up a AI video? No, that's not. I don't think.
Yeah, in college it was often. It's just adjusting to starting and stopping. Honestly, that's all it truly is. Sometimes you're going hot, then you'll wait for a second, then you'll get cold, then get back hot, then get cold, and my arm and body wasn't used to that, so it's just an adjustment like within the body, within my arm.
So you'll be back to 100% today.
Yeah.
So that's pretty mature of you. Not, I guess maybe mature isn't the right word, but for you to self-report, when I know it's hard for you guys to take yourselves.
Is that Mary Kay?
One rep when you're in the middle of a competition. So
yeah, that's Mary
Kay. Did you have to debate that at all, or did you just know?
No, of course. It's definitely something in your mind, and I always think about I always hear my dad's voice in my mind, all the time, because it's always bone or blood. You know his motto, and you know his slang with everything. So, of course, I was definitely hearing his voice in the back of my head. But at the end of the day, I want to be productive. I want to give you guys the best work, and I want to be at my best at all times. Did you need an MRI? The MRI for what? I hope I ain't breaking anything. Yeah.
Shedeur, have you been
Buddy,
told,
come on now.
Shedeur, have you been told how you'll be used Friday in the Carolina game?
No, I haven't been told that yet.
So what are you hoping to get from that game?
Reps. I think that's pretty much it. Is reps.
How valuable do you think the reps you're going to get in this first joint practice are going to be as you guys get ready for that?
Yeah, I think every rep I get in general is valuable. We definitely taking things up a notch, I would say, with everything. So every rep,
So let's talk about this real quick. So there's this narrative. He's not getting first team reps. Shedeur should feel some kind of way, but the way that he's handling this is almost like he knows something we don't know. Because you're not he's in such a good spirit. It's like they're trying to trip him up, but they can't find a way to trip him up. He's talking about the reps. He wants the reps. They're not giving him the reps, so this is not a consensus, or there is no agreement that they are all on the same page about what they're trying to do with them. So that means that it's just Kevin Stefanski who is just trying to, like the other guy said, I think his name was Greg, he's just trying to just roll Dillon Gabriel out there. What are y'all thoughts on this? Because the way Shedeur seems, he seems like he wants the reps and he wants to get in there.
I think he's answering the question without causing any controversy. I think his answer is as much neutral as he can, what do you want? Well, I don't want anything. Well, no, what I want is reps, and any competitor would want at least that.
Right.
So he's trying to answer the question, but stay as neutral as possible, so to not be drawn into some type of conspiracy theory or cause some kind of controversy, which I think that lady always tries to do, man. She's very, I really don't like her. I think she's not a Shedeur. She is one of the Shedeur haters on that media from over there in Cleveland, Mary Kay Kabat or whatever. And some of the things she has said does not make any athletic sense, if I can put it that way. I mean, she tries to make it sound intelligent, like how intellectually superior Dillon Gabriel is. And, intellectually, Shedeur has some things to work on. What? What are you talking about? It doesn't add, it's a narrative that they're putting out that does not add up to what you see on tape.
And
that's what I'm saying.
I think that's trouble because you can try to wrap up doo-doo and try to sell it and say, oh, you don't smell, and everybody else is smelling it, but you're trying to pretend that we shouldn't smell it. Like, oh, don't smell it. That's not doo-doo. It's just an example I'm trying to use, but it's just an analogy. But it just seems like they try to do too much in the beginning. They try to sell us Dillon Gabriel in a way that is not showing in the play. But again, I still got questions. Why are we having a Shedeur press conference? Because I'm a media guy, and this thing means something.
Anytime I step on the field, I take it, like it could be my last, because you don't know. It's players that we was and just practicing with last week that's not here no more. So like I said, it's more about a bond. It's more about going all out. It's more about, how you'll be remembered,
Where do you feel like your growth has been the most? Is it on the field? Is it in the media room? Is there a specific place where you say, man, I
would say mentally. I would definitely say mentally. Even regardless if media, have good ways or bad ways that come about me.
If I was the one that said he's growing mentally, people would say, oh no, Shedeur growing mentally. He came out of the womb with the whole mental capabilities. I keep telling y'all. I said one thing about his confidence growing, and y'all was like, there's no way he lacked confidence. I was like, dang, what's wrong with some of y'all machete Bible-toting people?
I'm more mature and not making those same mistakes I made, in college or whatever I did. So, I treat everybody with respect and with care. And whenever everybody gets over, their own hate towards me for their own weird reason, then, everything will be back good. So that's it. That's where I grew the most, is I'll say mentally.
Shedeur, I know you still haven't taken any reps with the one offense, but you took some against the one defense. Did you find that particularly valuable going against guys like Denzel and whoever else is out there with the ones?
Yeah, I would say pretty much. I view it as the defense does a great job of mixing players in. So backers, you got rookies out there sometimes. DBs, you got different guys out there. So it's not mentally I go out there and I'm like, oh, these are the ones I'm going to get nervous. Like, it don't got anything to do with that. And truthfully, I don't care what O-line I go out there with. It could be ones, twos, threes, whatever the situation is. And I know Friday when the game is, if I'm with twos or I'm with threes, it don't matter to me. I'm just ready to get down and get to, doing what I could do.
Shedeur, what's the past couple months been like? Because your dad came out with the announcement of bladder cancer last week in his treatment. Just what's that been like for you and the family?
In the last couple months?
Yeah.
Well, I'll say it's definitely stay focused mentally. Dad, he's one person that he'll handle his. We handle what we got to do. So it was something that, we really ain't need to have no formal conversation about, because it was like, y'all need to focus on what y'all can focus on. Y'all can't, sit here and feel sorry for me, and then that's affecting y'all doing that. So we all knew, because our family be talking in group chats and everything. So, but at the end of the day, y'all able to see and y'all able to understand, everything on the field, off the field, what I go through. So then, you got to be some type of human at some point in the way, how I'm doing everything and how I'm handling everything that's thrown at me. You got no choice but to applaud at that.
Shedeur, here you are heading into block 3 of this training camp,
Mhm.
and you're still right in the thick of this 4-way quarterback competition.
Mhm.
What does that say about how hard you work and what you've been doing behind the
Mhm.
scenes that we don't even see to be still in this mix?
Yeah, I don't think not getting out the mix is even a thought in my mind, you know, in any room. So I know I have the utmost standards for myself, and I know all I could do is go out there and do what I got to do every day and make as minimal mistakes. And I know it's long ways to go with everything. And I know, you know, I lack experience on this realm and on this level. But one thing I can hang my hat on is in all pressure situations, you know who I am.
And I saw that
Mary Kay, how are you? First of all, you're a media lady. How are you pressing record and ending the recording, and then when he starts talking, you're missing parts of what he's saying? What are you doing, Mary Kay? This is not how this works. You can always edit the video and take out what you want to take out, but you're going to miss something if you're pressing record after the person starts talking, Mary Kay.
Hey, Harry.
Yeah.
I see what she's doing too. I don't like Mary Kay. I think she a Cancer. But she's going to write about self-deportation. That was the first thing that she said when she asked him her first question.
Self-deportation? What you mean?
Self-deporting. He intentionally self-deported himself from practice. Like, I'm listening at this stuff, and I comprehend very well. But she used the term self-deport. And
are you sure you're using the right term?
Hey, when you got
reporting.
Deporting.
She didn't say deporting.
What'd she say? Self-reporting?
Yeah.
When she asked him about his injury.
No. She didn't say self-deport. I'm like, you're giving me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not self-deporting, because you're giving me Trump vibes.
Right.
You're giving me Trump vibes.
So she used the word self-reporting.
Yeah, you know, remember at Colorado when Colorado found some things going on and they self-reported to the NCAA?
Okay, so
Yeah,
she's gonna take that and she's gonna twist it. That's just
let me defend her a little bit, because I know you hate her, but let me defend her just a little bit from a reporter, from a media standpoint. She was actually giving him props on that one. She was saying, so you took it upon yourself, even though you know that you were in a competition, because I was listening to Unc and Ocho, and I was going to play their clip, but the show's almost over. But anyways, and they were saying that you got to eat certain injuries. So the fact that he actually said something, that means that it was probably hurting him. So what she was just piggybacking on what Unc and Ocho said is that fact that you know that you're in a competition and certain things you're going to have to eat. But the fact that you self-reported that and you didn't eat that, that's something to say about who with the type of player that he is. So that self-reporting is fine. I think I like that because he took himself out of the game, out of competition, to make sure that he was okay. So I think that is a good thing for Shedeur, because you're in such a tight competition. You're not getting first team reps, and there's a lot of things against you, and yet you're still reporting stuff like bruises or low pains that you're feeling. It has to say a lot about your character. But let's keep listening though. Let's finish this.
Your dad mentioned on the Michael Irvin podcast that he wanted to come here and see you, but you.
Yeah.
But this whole thing that she's doing, this whole thing, you ask the question, he starts talking, then you press record. You don't do that. That's not how media works.
I told him don't come.
And why did
I don't think she knows what she's doing
because
on that part.
I mean,
and now she pressed
like
record.
I look at it at my own point of view. Like, I don't want him coming to see me right now because I want to get.
I think what she's doing, she's showing her age. She doesn't have like a VN editor or CapCut. She doesn't have an editor on her phone. So what she's doing is she's going to post this right after she's done recording it. So I think that's what she's doing. She's just trying to get exactly what she needs. So just post it. But she just needs a VN editor or or cap cut, and then you can just do those things on the fly like I do all the time. But I think that's what she's doing.
To where I want to go then for him to see me.
Yeah, Brewster says she's getting short sound bites to post on social media. But you can do that. You can record the entire thing and then just cut the sound bites into VN editor or CapCut.
She's a snake.
Yeah, she's showing her age.
I don't want him to come and see me, get a couple reps and, he's cheering like a good dad. Like, nah, you can't be proud of me right now. I got to get to where I'm going, and I know it's a lot I got to do to get there. So it's kind of like I just want everything that I'm doing is just like focus on this time, and I don't want no distractions because we know how the media, we know how everybody will take it and take away from the team just from him being my own dad showing up. So, it's a gift and a curse at the same time.
Hey, got time for two more.
What do y'all think? That's kind of mature to say, like it's a gift and a curse when he says that about his own dad and knowing that, when he shows up, he sucks the air out of the room. What are your thoughts on that? Ron, I'll give you 30 seconds. We got to end this show real soon.
Hey, well, listen, that there's nothing anyone can do about that. That's Deion Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
That is just the way it's going to be. And his son recognized that and was mature enough to say, no, Dad, not at this moment. There's enough distraction with me being a Sanders and being known as your son. There's enough distraction there. No, not right now. I think I'm doing what they're giving me. I'm doing as well as I can. There will be more time in the future. Plus, his dad had things going on, so I think that was the right thing. Very mature of him and very insightful.
So, but they can say that about themselves. If creators like us say it, the whole clan comes for us. Everybody comes for us if we were to dare mention anything like that. So, Tim, the fact that he acknowledges that prom could be a gift and a curse, what is your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is, hey, Pops, hey, you done everything to get me to this point. I still remember the talks. We still talking. Ain't no need of you coming. They already said if Shedeur be drafted, it's gonna be a circus. So I already know who I'm dealing with in this circle of the Cleveland Browns. So I'm not gonna allow them. I'm not gonna give them something to write about extra. They're already writing negative stuff already. So and taking everything out of context. So you just chill. I'm good. You come and see me later because it's certain people in this circle. They're gonna say, well, the circus that made it in the town. So I'm gonna eliminate that. And like he said, I don't want to take away or distraction away from the team.
Yeah, I find that to be very mature. The fact that they understand that now, they understand. It's not, maybe they knew that before, but they understand that and they're moving accordingly. They know. And I think it was a reminder from the whole NFL draft and what happened. I think they're moving accordingly to what happened during the draft. And that's mature. It's a breath of fresh air for them to understand, like, hey, man, this is what we know out here in these streets. Even us, the ones that defend you all the time, we know. Because, like I said, Bible and machete. Sometimes we got to cut some folks to let people know. So this is definitely mature. I'm glad that he said that. The acknowledgement and the understanding of hey, man, our name could be a blessing or a curse, and we got to move accordingly now that we're on a bigger level. I respect that.
Hey, Harry, can I throw this in there real quick too?
Yeah, go ahead.
And we know Coach Prime is very unapologetic. So, Mary Kay or Tony may come up to him and say, hey, Deion, what do you think about this? Oh, I remember that bull junk you wrote. We keep receipts. So, it could be another thing of, hey, my dad come, he going to speak his mind. So, hey, Pops, just come later on.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tennis Channel, what up with you, man? Harry, you have a son. Is he a gift and a curse? I think you're trying to liken what we're talking about here to me. I'm not a polarizing figure. I'm just a regular guy living in my community.
Great answer, Harry.
Yeah, my son sees me. It is what it is. I don't create or cause any ruckus. So I'm just who I am. That's it.
Bro, you do create ruckus every now and then, Harry. You do that.
I mean, on my show, but that's because I need the
Not
views.
world renowned, not nationally yet.
Right. But I need the views, so I need drama.
He said that he was excited for you to get preseason reps. He knows that they're going to have to play you preseason.
Yeah, I think that's bare minimum for sure.
How excited?
Like I think anybody plays preseason almost.
How excited are you for that opportunity to kind of show out on that?
Yeah. Nah, I'm excited. I'll say overall, being able to be healthy, to come to practice today, and being able to go against the actual defense, and get live reps and everything. So I'm just thankful I prepare each day, as such, and I stay focused throughout everything. So whenever it is my time to get out there, I'll be able to be myself.
You mentioned earlier. We're gonna do Jimmy and then Jeff, and we gotta cut it. What you got for yours? Do you think can show up in a game setting that maybe we don't see as much in practice?
Have you watched me in college? Yeah. Well, a little bit of that going on. I'm still the same guy. Nothing happened to me. I'm the same guy. If anything, I'm a little bit stronger. Yeah, emotionally, and the way how I handle different situations.
Earlier about people hating on you, you're blocking that out.
Just a few more seconds, guys.
It seems like nobody's neutral. I love you, or I don't know how many people that hate you, but anyway. So how do you block all that?
Oh, okay. So yeah, it ended that way. Okay, so let me put my guys back on, even though I don't see your photo. So I find it to be mature also on the side of the Cleveland Browns. We got to give them some credit because it seems like what we've been screaming at them, it seems like they're starting to get it because who Shedeur is. You know how he galvanizes people, and you know that he's an asset. People are looking to see him. So what the Cleveland Browns are doing is exactly what we expected them to be doing or to do in the beginning, which is this is not a regular fifth rounder. You don't treat him like a regular fifth rounder. So any thoughts on that? Do y'all see what they're doing? Because the way I see it, I'm like, okay, it's a little late, but they're starting to get it.
Hey, Harry, I think Barry and Stefanski see their job on the line. That's what I think. So I think this first preseason game, I anticipate Shedeur getting some good reps out there or getting some time. Maybe a quarter, more than one series. I'm for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if both of them, Gabriel went out there and started the game first quarter and just rotate the quarterbacks through the first three quarters unless they decide. I'm almost sure Flacco would not play in this first preseason game, and I don't think Pickett, if he does play, he may get a series and then they'll pull him out and leave it to the two rookies.
Yeah, I don't know that the fan base is looking to see the veterans in a preseason game. Like, we don't care about y'all. Y'all already been proven. They brought y'all in for a reason. So let's look at who we got in these rookies. Let's see their tenacity. Let's see them playing. But for us to see the veterans trying to win a preseason game, to risk trying to get injured, and you're going to be the one that we lean on to start the season, that'll be like dumb football.
Yeah.
Let's answer Gerald D real quick. How someone can hate this young man is beyond me. I'll provide a perspective, and then I'll let the panel provide a perspective because we gotta get up out of here soon. Okay, so this is how it goes. When you have people that a lot of people are supporting and a lot of people are hailing, and then they're really they're on them, it's going to cause some type of hate, or if it's not hate, resentment in other people that may not feel the same way that you feel. This is what I think. It's not necessarily that they know that that they really hate Shedeur. I think most of the hate comes from us loving them. That's how I feel about it. It's us loving them so much, and the way that we support them, it causes resentment in their spirit. So then they have to, take the position of, the opposite position of us. So that's why you will see some people that don't really hate them, but they're trying to find a reason to say they're not good. You'll see that a lot, because there's a lot of people that don't hate the Sanders or Shedeur, but it's very hard for them to hear or accept the things that he already has, like how good he is. And unfortunately, let me take my friend DC for example, because he doesn't hate Shedeur, but it's very hard to give what he gives Dillon Gabriel Shedeur. So it always ends up like this. I ain't saying Shedeur ain't good. I mean, he's done X, Y, and Z. But, he needs to do this, and that. So it's never a standalone. Let me make sure I get this right, because I don't want DC to come for me. It's never a standalone, vote of confidence. It's always packaged in, I don't hate him. As a matter of fact, he does all these things great. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So it's like you will get people that don't hate him, like DC, right? But the way that they will come at it, it will be like, because we can do the standalone praise. We can say Shedeur is good. These are the reasons why he's good. Dillon is bad. These are the reasons why he's bad. But the DCs of the world that don't hate, they kind of try to package it in a way, because it's sort of a resentment of how much we glaze. The best way, the sports term, how much we say we like them. So they create a resentment because of the amount of praise that we heap. So that's part of it, Gerald. That's part of the resentment. But the haters, they just come out and just say he sucks. So we're dealing with two different types of people. We're dealing with the people that don't like how much we praise them so much. So they're not allowing themselves to really accept who he is. And they have to package it in a different way because they don't want to be like us. Does that make sense, Pino?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Hey, Tim,
Yeah,
it would be in that. Tim, who's your favorite NFL team, Tim?
I'm a Saints fan, man.
Oh, you're not Dallas?
Nah, I hate the Cowboys.
So you would think of a Dallas Cowboy enthusiast to the core, and you give an evaluation on Dallas. Dak Prescott, he's okay if he doesn't throw too many interceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won that. They won that game, but those referees had some questionable calls out there. I mean, their offensive line did good, but there was a lot of holding.
Mm-hmm. If the ref didn't help him, if the refs did not help him, he would have, right. Some of those calls or some of those throws would have came against him. It's like that. It's reminiscence of that. That's what it is. It's like, we can tell you what all the good things about Dak Prescott if I was a Cowboys fans, but when it comes to like the people that are not necessarily haters, but like they don't really want to be like glazing like you as a fan do. They had to package it in a different way just because you glaze too much. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's do final thoughts so we can get up out of here. We are 25 minutes over the show. It's supposed to be in at 12. So final thoughts, please. Ron Tate, you go first.
Hey, Harry, Tim. It's Tim. I don't know whether to call you Ty Smith or Tim or what. What should I say? I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Either or, man. I just my first name is Timothy, man, but
I'm keeping Tim.
My middle name.
I'm gonna have to keep Tim, man. It's the old man. I got to keep the keep it simple in my brain. So no offense. Hey, listen, I'm thinking that they create a narrative, and through their actions, they were hoping that Dillon Gabriel, some miracle, would allow him to be more than what he actually is, to reach the point, the pinnacle of their narrative. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. So now here comes Shedeur being himself and doing what he does since who knows what. And now they're at a position where, they're going to have to answer a lot of questions when he gets an opportunity to perform on that football field. And I pray he does extremely well, not just well, but extremely well, to prove to them and to show them that third round pick should have went to Shedeur Sanders. And really, the fifth round pick should have went to Dillon Gabriel.
Hey, Ron.
Yes,
I don't mean to spoil your party, but what if there's a word where they tell the wide receivers to not catch his passes? I'm just saying.
Judy won't do that. Judy won't do that. And as an athlete, you don't get involved in that.
Okay.
No way.
All right.
That's few. Hey, I'm not saying that won't happen. That's few and far between as an athlete on a professional level. Now, mind you, your position on that team, is questionable. Like there was a guy that was a free agent that was really trying out, and he kept catching a lot of passes from Shedeur. They gave him a contract. So, your butt is on the line, and I don't think anyone, especially in preseason, would fall into that trap.
Okay. All right. I just like throwing stuff out there just to see, if that's a possibility. Tim, final thoughts. Let's get up out of here.
Yeah, to your real quick, man. I don't think them guys jeopardize their career for something as easy as, hey man, we're gonna drop all these passes. That's crazy. They'll be cut because everybody's auditioning for a position. So
I'm talking about key guys that the organization gets in their ear and say, hey, wink, wink.
Yeah, I can't see that happening because everybody, everybody's trying to solidify a job. You know what I mean? You're interviewing for a job. So I don't think you'll go out there and sabotage this, especially after all the work that you didn't put in from Pee Wee League to this point. So, and all the sweat and tears. But I just want to end on this, Harry.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop saying I want Shedeur to run with the ones. I hope he get a chance to run with the ones. Because if he's able to go against the ones defense with the twos, then and he's able to go 2 for 3 when he had that opportunity. And if he stay on that course, I don't even need to see him with the ones against the ones defense, because he's playing quarterback. He's not playing DB. So I know what he's going to do once he does get that opportunity with the ones, because if he can go 2 for 3 with the twos against the ones, like he stated in that press conference, regardless of what you put me with, ones, twos, threes, I'm gonna be Shedeur. And we seen that through college. So I'm just gonna stop saying, hey, I want to see Shedeur with the ones. Long as I can see him against the one defense, I'm fine. But thank you for having me on your show, brother.
Hey man, y'all, thank you for coming on. I appreciate y'all coming on. But yeah, hey man, look, whatever works for you. Whether you're gonna stop saying whatever you're gonna say, it is what it is, man. Look, I'm just waiting and ready for the organization, the Cleveland Browns organization, the head coach, who was Kevin Stefanski, to just give us what it is, because I think we are willing to accept whatever he says, right? Like if he says, okay, Shedeur is number 2 or 3, we're keeping him, fine. I think at this point they've taken us through the gauntlet of everything, and come Friday we'll find out what's really what it is. But I'm ready for him to make a decision. Like, just make a decision so we can know what we're in for. Then at that point, then it is what it is. Navalia Brown says, good information. I like this segment. Hey man, I appreciate you, Navalia. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We will see you guys on the next show. If anything comes up and I got to jump back in the studio, I'll put the lights on and I'll jump back in the studio. But I thank y'all for watching. I will see y'all on the next live. Thank you to my panel. I appreciate y'all. All right, guys. Y'all take care.
Harry. Peace out, brothers.
All right,
guys.
All right,
Peace.
good job.
Take care, man.